Hi, Bill from CJ Pony Parts. Today we're going to install a BMR fabrication driveshaft loop on our 2013 Mustang GT Gotta Have It race. The NHRA requires a driveshaft loop on any car running 1149 or faster, or anybody running slicks full time. Since our car has been running 1150s lately, we decided it is time to upgrade to a loop. The loop is designed to keep your driveshaft in your vehicle in the event of a failure. If either U-joint lets go, the driveshaft will break free and can cause the vehicle to pole vault, causing serious damage. The loop will keep the driveshaft attached to the vehicle to prevent any kind of accidents. BMR offers driveshaft loops for all 2005 and up Mustangs. This particular model here is for the 2005 through 2010 model. It's a two-piece design with this piece mounting to your transmission crossmember and the loop going around the driveshaft itself. It will require removing the driveshaft, which is simply removing 4 12mm bolts. This is available in both a black finish, which is a hammer tone finish, or also a red finish as well. This is the driveshaft loop for the 2011 through 2013 Mustang. It's a modular design with 3 pieces. The loop separates from the crossmember, which mounts underneath your factory crossmember to the transmission mount using the spacer that comes with it. This is available in also the black or the red finish, but we've had ours custom powder coated to match the green paint on our 2013 race car. Like I said before, all BMR products are available in either the black hammer tone or a red finish. They include all the necessary hardware for a correct installation, as well as detailed instructions with pictures so you can see how you're supposed to install the product. For this installation, you'll need a lift or jack stands and a jack, a torque wrench, an impact or 3/8" ratchet, a 15mm socket, an 18mm socket, a 9/16 socket, and a 9/16 wrench. We have Gotta Have It race up in the air for our installation of our driveshaft safety loop. You want to check your exhaust system first to make sure you have proper clearance. The factory system will have no issues. In our case, we have an American racing system with a 3-inch extra pipe, which was in the way. We removed it previously to make the installation easier to see. The first thing you'll want to do is support your transmission, since the crossmember has to come out to install the brace. Since the case is aluminum, we suggest putting a piece of wood underneath your jack. Put your jack into place, resting on the transmission case. Lift it up just until you see it start to lift up, and that's high enough to remove the crossmember. Once you've properly supported the transmission, you can begin removing the crossmember by removing the 2 15mm bolts that hold on the transmission mount. Once you remove the transmission mount bolts, we'll now move on to the crossmember bolts, which are 18mm. Once you go to remove the last bolt, make sure you're supporting the crossmember in your hand because it will fall off. Remove the last bolt and remove your crossmember. Since the driveshaft loop mounts between the crossmember and the body, BMR provides this spacer for your transmission mount to make sure the angle does not change in the transmission. Before you put the crossmember back in place, you want to install the driveshaft loop itself. The loop is pre-cut and will clear the front of your driveshaft. You can simply slide it over and turn it. You want to just leave it resting in this position until the crossmember is back in place. You want to place the driveshaft loop mount over your factory crossmember, carefully lining up the holes, making sure the bracket is angled upward in the back, and lift the whole assembly to install in your vehicle. Now you want to lift the whole assembly into place, lining up the studs on your transmission mount. Now you'll want to install the 15mm nuts you removed to hold the assembly in place. You'll now want to install the supplied bolts and washers, bolting the crossmember back into the vehicle. You do not want to use the factory hardware since it is too short with the addition of the driveshaft loop. Now you want to grab the torque wrench and torque all your bolts to 85 foot-pounds. And now we'll remove the factory nuts you'll put back in place on the transmission mount to hold the crossmember in place and replace them with the supplied washer and nut. Now you want to line the loop up with the crossmember you just installed. And grab the provided hardware. Drop your bolts through from the top. Now you'll want to install the supplied washers and nuts. Make everything hand tight. Now you want to make sure your loop is centered over the drive shaft, and then you can tighten the bolts. You want to double check clearance around your loop when you're finished to make sure there's no drive shaft clearance issues. At that point, you can put the car back down on the road and you're ready to go. The installation should only take approximately an hour, so you'll be back on the road in no time.